Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. So Georgia's offense comes on the field to open this game. Well, the energy of this building, Kirk, is just going to pick up as this Sugar Bowl unfolds. As they say in New Orleans, le bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Really one of the more hostile environments, I think, when it comes to bowl games. You know, I've called so many games in here. Think about the history. Going all the way back to 1935, they played the Sugar Bowl right here in New Orleans. I think a lot of people have associated this bowl game with the SEC. But as we've seen since the start of the playoff, teams like Washington, Ohio State, Clemson, among others, have made this trip down here to the Bayou.
Again, makes it second and medium. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Catch made on the right side. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's 3rd down and 2. Stop right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to 3rd down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back of coming up with that conversion.
With the catch, it's Presley. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks.
He's got some room. Can he get there? And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. You come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So Michigan's offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
Handoff from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down?
Neutrals on defense.
Mental mistake by the defense. 5-yard penalty for the offense. Third down play. Looking for a fresh set of downs. And the wideout goes in motion. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Running out of time in the pocket. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
This is good pressure by the defense, but it just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
And the ball is away from inside the 10. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Finally, they get him. A great tackle by the cornerback. Not easy with that size difference. That completion sets up a second down play. On the ground, it's Murphy. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Looks like Georgia will have the first down.
Well, sometimes it's just a backyard brawl, right? I mean, it's third down and short. You trust your back in the line to be able to pick up the first down. And he literally pushes with everything he has, throwing a haymaker there at the finish of that play to pick up the first down.
Second down play coming up. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Looking to pass. It's Roberts. And this one is caught.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. The stop made at the 5. The offense will have first and goal now. This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
You know, when the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defense.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
This defense just getting manhandled at the line of scrimmage. They just loaded up in that goal line formation and pushed their way into the end zone.
Automatic on the PAT. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? Off the play fake on first down. Trying to extend the play. They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10.
Boy, what an incredible push by this defensive line. And if you're going to survive in the SEC, the teams that really separate themselves are the teams that have great defensive linemen, especially in the interior. And Georgia has had an incredible legacy over the years, and it's nice to see that this player right here is trying to live up to that.
They tackle him about the 14.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start.
False start.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. He bought some time, now lets it go. Looks to the left, pass caught. The defense will wrap him up after a 7-yard gain. It'll bring up fourth down. Wolverines will line up to punt it away. They're going to kick it away for the second time. Bringing it back, it's Ford. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. Outstanding field positioning again this drive. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. So second down after the incompletion. Dropping back, it's Roberts. Makes a quick grab. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
Trying to run it. It's Murphy. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Hold it.
That stings for the offense. Penalty will cost him 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Here's the snap, looking to throw. That's caught. It's Presley. And he's tackled after the catch.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Second down after that completion. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Makes a quick catch. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Ball's incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. So from the left hash, this is just a chip shot. This one is right through, and they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped with the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. And one final play before the end of the quarter. He'll hand it off. And the defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first quarter of play. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. We've reached the end of 1 in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Handoff here from the shotgun. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. They've got it, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They're going to run it here. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball at the 44.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
Getting set. Here's second down. So early movement from the offense. That'll push him back 5.
False start.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Now it's second down here. They'll run it to the right side. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
Hold it.
Costly holding penalty there. Backs him up 10 yards. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play. So the head coach will take advantage of that mistake by the offense and accept the penalty. And the Wolverines will have 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Caught quickly. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense. And when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game, being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game.
And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And that run produces a decent gain.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and it's a nice, solid game.
9th play of the drive coming up. This is a tough 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And he's got it. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, 3rd down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time, nice throw, and it's a 1st down.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Oh, and a flag before the snap. Looked like the defense jumped into the neutral zone there.
Neutral zone. Defense.
Penalty gives the offensive coordinator a little bit more room to work with now. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. The distance will be 23 yards, a chip shot. The kick.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? The game makes it 2nd and medium. He hands it to the back. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. To the air, it's Roberts. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Look out, he's got some space. Touchdown, Michigan. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Oh, what a move. Goes right through the tackle. He's got room to run now.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
On 1st down, why not keep it on the ground? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. 2nd down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid game for a first down.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Because I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
He's looking to scramble. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. Can they convert on third down and keep this drive rolling? Looking downfield, it's Roberts. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down. Dogs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And looking to throw now on first down. Snags the quick throw. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game. He's able to do that right here.
Oh, that one's picked off. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
And this is a big-time play by this linebacker showing his versatility. We know he can stop the run, but in zone defense with cover two, he's got an area he's got to be able to defend, and it's exactly what he did. And I don't know if the quarterback even saw him or knew that he was capable of making a play like that.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Offense getting set. Second down play here. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Here's the handoff. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. The Wolverines will bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the returner will be brought down. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. Looking to make a big play downfield. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
This is a great job by the defense, putting two defenders on the most talented receiver on their team. Make this quarterback have to find another option to move the ball down the field.
He's going to take another shot right here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Georgia. This quarterback on fire today.
You know, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Tackle made on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 37 now.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Dogs. This offense really clicking. See if they can convert the point after. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. The shotgun handoff here. Finding some room at the 25. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. One more play before they head to the locker room. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Pressure is coming. On the move, looking deep. Catch made. It's a big play inside the 30. The Minnows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Bulldogs will kick this deep to begin the second half. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Physical running, fights off the defender. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up for the first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They test the middle there, but get nothing.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Escapes the pocket. Finds room at the 30. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but
got space, looking to score. They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Return starts from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum, and the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
No shot to bring him down. Gets past the tackler into open space now. Big play across midfield. They'll spot it through the 36.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving this running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. And the back gets the football. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick completion to the tight end. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history. It's good that they're leaning on it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They've got him down out near the 40.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they wrap them up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. They'll run it from the gun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. The receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on 4th down coming up.
And they've got the returner corralled. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Stopped at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Finds his man. It's Presley. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
He has first down yardage at the 46.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And he lofts it toward the sideline. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
There you go, defense. Listen, it's not been a great day for these guys, but this time they stepped up and took out some of that frustration. Nice play.
Bringing pressure. Looking to scramble. And he throws it away. A smart choice that time, but it will bring up 3rd down. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. He's got it right near the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And the beatdown continues.
Boy, great job here of finding him again. That's his 2nd touchdown reception in his football game.
Point after, not right through. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. 1st down here for this offense. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Makes the catch for the defense. Breaks of the ball, and it's a short gain. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. These playoff games, we certainly hope for a much more competitive battle with a shot at the national championship on the line. It has not been the case here so far. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. To throw, it's Humphreys. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. It's nearly picked off. He couldn't hold on to it. Don't expect that from such a reliable defender. Brings up 4th down, though. The Wolverines will send their punt team onto the field. On to kick now for the 5th time today. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And the back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved him right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The back's got it. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Receiver makes the grab.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. They go his way again, and it works out.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Georgia now operating in the red zone. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. The Soft were able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. He was on target with his first try. See if he can keep it going from 34 yards away. And he knocks it right through the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he's brought down at the 6. Better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. And it's good for a first down to the 36. A new set of downs after that completion. To the air, it's Humphreys. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Second down, we're going to throw it. He fires this throw, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, can they stop him? Not just the pick, but a big return sets up the offense in good position.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Finding enough space for a solid game before they stop him.
I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands, I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Oh, and he fumbles. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
Oh, what a play by this defense. Trailing in the second half, really the only way you can get back into this game is create turnovers. Ball's on the ground, they pounce on it, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. He's past the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. What a show of strength and will.
Yeah, they run the football here. They come up with a touchdown. Obviously, this game is out of reach, but again, they're fighting to the very end, which is always good to see.
And they tack on the extra point. I believe they can line up here and go for the onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounced back from that right away. Gonna run it. It's Ford. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, The guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down.
Line 22.
And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. And he'll get their first down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen are just assert more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Catch hauled in here over the middle. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there. George has moved into the red zone. Trying the run, it's Ford. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Crucial, third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Just another example of this offense is doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
On 2nd and goal, they hand it to him again. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. Of course, in the playoffs, it's a survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up.